Equal pay is extremely important for the ASTI. Since around 2010, new pay scales, etc. have been brought in for our newer recruits. They're not so new recruits anymore. 2010 is 11 years ago now. And we've been fighting ever since to get that inequality and that unfairness removed. If it persists already, there is damage being done to the education system. There is difficulty in recruitment. There is difficulty as well in the retention of teachers. And teaching it runs the risk of not being the attractive option it was in my day when I joined the teaching profession over 30 years ago. And I worry about the future of our education system if that is to be the case. And an integral part of the education system, the education system is an integral part of even a properly running democracy. Every single child should have access to high quality, well-funded, good education. And that means investment. So investment in education is investment in children. Investment in children is investment in the future of our country. Paying teachers properly is an integral part of a proper education system. If we don't, they're going to leave the system, and we are seeing evidence of that already. And we are also seeing shortage of supply of teachers in various subjects as well. So this is an absolutely essential thing that we have to do. And any government that can't see that is actually not thinking about the future of our country. I suppose the priority is we have to look at the reduction of class size. That's essential to quality education, and it's essential if we want to give every child in that particular classroom a better chance. We also have to look at the actual fabric of our schools. That needs to be improved. The pandemic has already highlighted issues around ventilation and the suitability of our classrooms. With regard to our exam system, and in particular the junior cycle and senior cycle exams, independent, transparent, high quality assessment is absolutely essential. And that assessment process has to be trusted by everybody as well. Standards in education are extremely important. It's extremely important that every young person has access to education. But I'd go further than that. It is important that they have access to high quality education. And once they have completed that high quality education, they need to be able to be accredited with the achievements that they have achieved in school. And to do that, we need our exam system, as I said, to be externally monitored and transparent and trustworthy. Well, this late August and early September, schools are going to reopen. And of course, the safety of the people who work and learn there is absolutely essential. Otherwise, even from a pragmatic point of view, they will not continue to function if we don't put an emphasis on safety in schools, especially with regard to the coronavirus. Schools closed, as the ASTI had predicted last Christmas. They closed in January for a long time, and it is generally accepted what a very negative thing that was. But it had to be done because the numbers were going up so much in the society, and that was spreading into the schools as well. People thought that the schools were reasonably safe at that time, or that the numbers were very low. They were low because the schools were closed during the worst of that pandemic last year, when the numbers were ridiculously high. So safety and the continuation of putting all the safety measures and protocols that we had in place this September and up until we can feel safer again from this virus have to remain in place. The safety measures have to remain in place. There must be no reduction in them, and indeed they have to be enhanced. The introduction of air monitors is to be welcomed, but they should be in every single room. Also, the quality of masks, maybe that needs to be looked at as well. And definitely ventilation in our old and creaking buildings, that is also another health risk, especially in this day and age. So investment has to continue with regard to safety in schools. Schools have done heroic work around safety. All kinds of, especially the management of schools, have been extremely busy and extremely hardworking and extremely creative and resourceful in the way that they have managed to keep schools open. And they have had the total cooperation of their teachers and indeed, and this has to be emphasised, the school community, as in the students. They were absolutely fantastic as well. And they're an absolute credit to themselves how they have conducted themselves through this pandemic. But we need resources. Our education system is falling down because of lack of investment. We are 35th out of 35 in the OECD for investment in education. This is a shameful statistic. If it applied to anything else, I think there would be way more noise about it. But again, as I often say, this is the future of our country. We have to invest in it. It's also interesting that, and it's over 120 years ago now, since Pádraig Pearse, a colleague of the founder of this trade union, mentioned about the conditions of teachers and pension rights, etc., as being fundamental to the provision of proper education. Nothing has changed in the last 120 years.